Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Gina and I'm continuing my 100 days of creating in my 5ish by 5ish and a half journal that I made. This is actually one of the signatures, my second signature I'm on only, but I'm trudging along, chugging along. And today this page that I'm using, this piece of card is actually food coloring that I spritzed onto the card. So it has these nice splatters. It was red food coloring, but it ended up turning out to look pinkish. So I thought that would be cool and it would match with the other page because the other page has, that kind of color. So I really, really love this and I want to try and make something that I could see the background on it, through it. So we'll see how it goes. And that's a book page that I had some excess paint on. So I am trying my best to... I used that as well because I wanted to see both sides of it. Yeah. So today I'm working on 2 pages at a time. I decided to call it... to use it as 2 days work, so that it could actually work as one or it can be standalones on its own. At least that's how I'm choosing to look at it. Yeah, it could be standalone-ish. Yeah, mostly. So, I am just cutting my card down to size, trying to get it to fit on the page. What I'm trying to do here is to create a flip. And instead of just a regular flip, I decided to make it into like a hidden door. So I'm not going to put a handle, but it will be able to open. But the way that it closes, I was hoping would be able to make it look like it's like there's no door there. So that's why it's hidden. So let's see how it goes. I want to thank you for joining. Thank you for your patience. I know I took a long time to send out my last video. And yeah, I hope your creative journey is going well. I know by now the 100 days it's almost to 100. I'm still in my 20s, but that's okay. I don't know if when it finished I'll continue, but I actually want to finish my signatures because I am enjoying the size. I really am enjoying creating in the size. And where before the pattern pages used to kind of stress me out. I used to feel like there's already a pattern there and I don't know what to do with it. I don't know if any of y'all ever had this issue, but previously I found it difficult to work on paper that already had a pattern because I felt like I needed to keep the pattern. But I think what helped for me was creating abstract pieces where I had to cover up work that I did before. So a lot of the abstract work that I was doing, some of the grid journaling as well, I would just do layers and layers of work, and part of that process was covering up bits, if not most, of my previous layer, which was difficult for me to do. But the more I did it, the more I learned to love it and feel comfortable with it, knowing that in the end, most times it was something that I actually enjoyed looking at. So that helped me get to this point where I actually have pages that are not blank, and some of them are actually pages that I really love, and it's easier for me to cover it up, sometimes almost entirely. So I think I'm also at the point where I'm fed up of the scraps that I have. Because, we see our own scraps all the time. So somebody else's scraps will look different to our scraps. So yeah. Here, I wanted to use leaves because I haven't done leaves in a long time. And I've had the one to the top left. I've had that yellow print for quite a while and I love it. And I really wanted to use it. So I thought, let's do some bold leaves, and that's why I'm doing black and gold. I really love black. I think I use black in almost every bit of art that I do, but I also love gold. And this particular gold that I have, which is by Maries, Maries. I know it's I yeah. I discovered it some time ago, and I just the tube broke, the cover for it broke, and but I taped it up and I still use it because it's super thick, and it's just I love this gold. This gold is amazing. Yeah, I really like it. So I'm milking it for all it's worth, using it sparingly and then abundantly, as on this page, and I just really love it. So the idea for me was to use the leaves, put the leaves on and let it flow through both pages. And well, I didn't have a full picture. I just know that I wanted a hidden door, and I wanted to use leaves. And then from there, I just kind of figured things out as I went along, which is what normally happens with me. So I'm just pouncing along. I'm using a regular makeup brush, sponge, and this is the gold paint. This luscious thickness, it's just so yummy. Yeah, look at those. They're just awesome. And I was just trying to get the leaves on, and honestly, I kind of didn't really know what to do, how to do it, so a lot of it actually gets covered up eventually, but and I was like, Gina, why did you bother to do this? You know how it goes. I'm halfway drying it so I could add my gold on the side. I just love those. Love it. So this is where I really, really wanted to use this leaf, this yellow leaf. I just kept shoving it in, trying really hard to get it in. So I thought, okay, it's definitely too big, so I need to cut it down. So I'm going to try to do that to see how it's going to look once I cut it down. And I'm trying to work things out, because then I have to try and get some stuff on the flap of the door. And then the frame doesn't really match the page. And then the leaf was too big, and then I didn't know if I wanted the whole border around the leaf, so I cut around it. So I just have the leaf, but then the leaf looks like it's not really matching with those other leaves. So that's why I'm like, what do I do? So I thought, okay, let me put some bigger leaves on the outside, because I have to cover it up anyway and make it match what's on the outside, what's on the other side of the page. So I thought if I put a black border and then I put back my frame, that could work, and it will cancel out that, it will kind of make it disappear on the frame, right? So I'm just giving it the border because I want to see my leaves when I open my door. So I put that back and I open my door and I see my leaves, and that looks cool. And then I think I need to make the other side look like it's part of the page, because yes, I want it could be separate, but I also want it to kind of flow into each other. So now this is my way of making it flow so that it looks like one piece. So I'm just spreading that black onto that page. I tried so hard not to cover up that bottom leaf there. And I'm thinking, yeah, this kind of works. And then in order for me to unify it even more, then I'm going to have to cover the frame. But I decided I really wanted to see this pink underneath, because we want the left side to kind of tie in with the right side. So I'm just doing a black border, but just partially on the frame, leaving the middle free with the pink. That's the plan. My intention wasn't to go so much inside, but it happened that way because, I just wanted it to spread a certain way and it wasn't, so I had to make adjustments as needed. So I thought, okay, let's look for when we open our door, we'll see a nice surprise. So I thought this flower could go on the inside flap of our door. So it'd be like, woo, a nice pop of foliage, right? So I know I'm putting black on black paper. That's fine. And then I thought, because I wasn't sure what color I wanted it, and I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted it. So after I did that, I thought, okay, let's make it a white flower instead. And then I thought, if it's a white flower, it could match with the leaves below. And so I would add some gold on the edges. And that would help it to match the leaves on the page. Yeah? And then when I moved it, I was like, bam, look at that. It looks amazing. Amazing. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It just popped off of so I would like to make some more, but not to use like this. Oh my gosh. It's so pretty. So of course I thought I'd give it a nice black border. It will help it pop out more, right? It looks amazing. And then I cut off the centerpiece there. Is that a stamen? I can't believe I forgot my science. Basic flower science. And I'm putting that off to the side for it to dry properly while I try to figure out what to do. Oh no, I brought it in to see how it will look. Then I thought the background kind of not really matching and the flower not popping enough. Even though looking at it now, it is popping. So I thought, okay, I would just trace around the flower and then I would put a black border around there, but try and leave some of it still peeking through. Some of the background still peeking through. So you could see the flower more, which you can. So I'm just making small adjustments. And yeah, I like how that looks. Then I was looking at the flap, the inside flap, and I thought this doesn't look anything like the rest of the pages. So I'm giving this a black border as well. But it still has a pink. Oh, I decided I needed to finally stick down my frame. I actually forgot I didn't stick it down. So now I'm sticking it down because I'm going to try to unify the page even more. And that looks cool. Beautiful. I'm just going to make my sponge even smaller, cut off that dry colored piece. And now I'm going to do some leaves. But this set, because this side of the page is black, I'm going to do white leaves with some gold tips. And it was at this point that I regretted again doing the chevron arrow pointing towards the door. That was the whole point of it, to point towards the door so your eye will travel inside to know that there's something happening on that side. But yeah, it ended up staying and I couldn't get it good. So I just kind of put the leaf over it, hoping that it would work. I was having some trouble with my paint, so I just used the spray paint instead, which helped a lot. And now for this one, I'm going on my edges with some gold. But yeah, I just tried to cover up the chevron sign with that leaf. It didn't really work out too good, but yeah, the chevron sign, it really wasn't going with it at all. I mean, this is my journal, it's my scrap journal, and thank God for that, right? So, mistakes are allowed, lessons learned for when you actually want to do a bigger, more permanent project for people to possibly purchase, you know? So that's okay. So I decided my flower is going to go here. I'm satisfied with it. And I'm sticking it down. I think I realized too that I needed to put a stem of some sort. So I'm going to use the centerpiece and extend the stem, which, I mean, you could do whatever you want in art, right? You could make something into something else. So yeah, that's my quote unquote stem. Oh, Gina. And then I found it needed to pop even more, so I'm giving it a white outline. I do like it a lot. And just giving it felt like it was missing something, so I just added some dots just to fill up a little space there. And I still want to use my leaf, so I'm just giving it a very scrappy background, and I'm going to stick it down because this has been floating around too long. I love this and I want to put it in, so it's going in. Probably not the best place for it, but yeah, it needed to go in. I'm trying to decide if I like it and if it's enough. Here I'm going to add the gold tips now because this side should be dry by now. And I believe that's it for this page, or these pages, which was 22 and 23. I hope you enjoyed the process. I hope you created as well and it inspired you to make something of your own. Even if it's just probably to do some cutting or some stamping or whatever it is. But I hope you were inspired. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You are all amazing. And I appreciate each and every one of you who leave your comments and who views my videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't forget to leave your comments. I'm looking forward to reading. Thank you. And here is my moving close-up. I hope you enjoy it. And once again, thank you.